When is Kid shown speed equal to Sanji? First of all, I never said he had speed equal to Sanji. Second, just because he's not as fast as Sanji doesn't mean that he still is not fast enough to deal with Sanji. The same way he was able to deal with Big Mom. Because for some reason, a lot of people like to assume that Big Mom is really slow, and so Kid and Law were able to fight her because of that. When in reality, Big Mom is fast enough that she can keep up with the likes of Kaido. Fast enough that even people like Law, who can teleport, like forget about light speed, lightning speed, he could just straight up teleport. And even he couldn't find substantial ways to get in on Big Mom without having to sneak her while Kid was fighting her. And Kid clearly has a good amount of speed to fight somebody like Big Mom, because if he didn't, he would have taken moves like Mama Raid head on, which he was able to at least get out the way of a fatal blow from this. And this is all while suffering from the effects of Hawkins. So when it comes to Kid or Big Mom, neither of these people are slow. Do you really think that Sanji would have to use everything in his arsenal just to beat Queen? So much so that after he won, Sanji passed out because he had to literally use everything just to beat this guy. And despite how fast he was, Queen was still almost able to beat him regardless. Yet people want to compare him to someone like Kid, who can eat moves like this from Big Mom, full Gora's the size of Onigashima, fight Big Mom while also suffering from eternal damage from Hawkins at the same time and still not get knocked out, eating punches to the face from Big Mom, Elbaf spears, even taking a beating from Misery, which is just plasma. And he didn't have a super drug like Zoro to keep himself going, he doesn't have an exoskeleton like Sanji and a healing factor to keep going, and he doesn't have a mythical zone and devil fruit that makes his endurance even better like Luffy. Yet despite that, he was able to take all of this damage and still keep up with Big Mom and still do the finishing blow on her to get her out of Onigashima. Like, just looking at his fight versus Big Mom, it's hard to imagine Sanji has any move in his arsenal to even put Kid down. And Big Mom, who we know is not slow. Calling Big Mom slow is like calling Kaido slow, and I'm sure y'all ain't finna do that. And unlike Law, who can only do substantial things to Big Mom by catching her off guard, or by using his devil fruit to teleport in and teleport out so that she can't hit him. Teleportation is faster than light speed, mind you. Meanwhile, for Kid to tag Big Mom with his awakening, he had to get up close and personal and actually engage with her. If he was slow, Big Mom would have swatted him like a fly. But she didn't, because she couldn't, because Kid is not slow. And while I'm sure bar for bar, Sanji's definitely faster, don't forget that speed that he used against Queen came at a cost. Because in order to move so fast that he couldn't be perceived by Queen, he was moving so fast and using so much stamina that the moment he stopped, he was going to pass out. And we know Queen wasn't lying, because the moment he lost, Sanji did indeed pass out. So for him to utilize that speed against somebody like Kid or Law would be detrimental, because with all the damage that we've seen Kid take from Big Mom throughout the entirety of the raid, I find it impossible to believe that Sanji's greatest attack that he was able to utilize due to the speed he was moving at would be enough to take Kid down even if he hit him with it. Kid would get hit by this and then get back up, but Sanji would not be able to. And that's assuming Kid gets hit by it in the first place, because remember, fighting and keeping up with Big Mom don't mean he's slow. You think if Sanji did this to Big Mom would be like, oh, I can't see where he is. You think if he did this to Kaido, Kaido wouldn't be able to see where he is? I said it once and I'll say it again. There's a reason why he had to fight a commander, whereas people like Kid had to fight emperors. They're not in the same ballpark.